Okay, so hello everybody. This is Tenacious Earl with another game of History Maker Baseball, and as you can see, I have adjusted my setup here just a little bit. I wanted to try something new and different, and I don't know if I'll like it or not, and I don't know if you'll like it or not, but hello. We'll see. I'm hoping you can see this little dice tray over here. I could probably just roll it in this space too, but maybe I will eventually do that if I like the setup and I keep going with it. So we're going to do the White Sox hosting the Twins. The Twins are at 2-2. The White Sox are at 3-1. And I didn't write down my pitchers yet, so let's do that. So we've gotten all the pre-game rolls. Tribe fan likes the camera angle. That's great. So I'm also trying to have my Kindle here, so I can see the comments. So the pre-game rolls: Minnesota on a 1-game win streak, and the White Sox on a 1-game losing streak. That left it that neither of them got full harmony or dissonance, but Minnesota is semi-harmonious and the White Sox are semi-dissonant. The pregame rolls also gave that Miguel Sano is hot till further notice. And for the White Sox, J.B. Shuck was already hot till further notice. Rollins is injured till further notice. And in the pregame roll for them, we had Brett Lawrie. Well, it's the reserve infielder gets whiffer this game. Well, both of the reserve infielders are whiffers. So I went ahead and gave it to Lawrie, even though I don't think it really means anything, because the double qualities only count for pitchers and on the base paths. So I think that covers everything. The pitchers will be oh, and I put those in the wrong spots. I'm trying to do opposing pitchers. It'll be Nolasco for the Twins. He started the season with Minnesota and ends up in Los Angeles, so we'll see him later in the season too. Traded for Hector Santiago. Danks is the starter for the White Sox, and he won't be their starter for very long. So I think you can see the cards. They probably can't see the traits very well. I'll just have to read what's going on. The other thing is that I'm using my Kindle as sort of a prop for this book, so I won't be able to see a ton of the comments, but I'll see enough. Alright, so the lineups, well, at least the lineup for the Twins: Brian Dozier leading off, playing second base. Eduardo Nunez will start at first in place of Joe Mauer. Lefty versus lefty, decided to give him the day off. Escobar at short. Sano right field. Again, he is hot till further notice. Escobar is hot as the designated hot player for the team. Byung-Ho Park, the DH. Trevor Plouffe at third base, back from injury. He had a 1-game injury. Danny Santana getting the start in left in place of Eddie Rosario, who's a lefty. Kurt Suzuki catching. And Byron Buxton in center field. He will be the cold batter. And if I wasn't holding that where you can see them, I can't really see where I'm putting them on the camera, so I'm just hoping. Alright, so we're starting here. It'll be Dozier up against John Danks. Game 2 of this series, the first game going to the Twins, knocking the White Sox out of the undefeated ranks. And you probably can't see this guy, but that is a 2-3-6 with a decider die. So 2-3-6 double control. Danks does not have double control. And the pitcher's not batting. That will be a walk. So first batter reaches on balls. Here is Eduardo Nunez. And guess what? That's another 2-3-6. Amazingly, it came back up again. So that'll be another walk. The same check there, so shake this up a little better. Here is Eduardo Escobar, shortstop, with 2 on, nobody out. And there's a 2-2-3. Danks isn't wild. Escobar is not a slugger nor a utility, so he will single. And Dozier's not active, so he can't score from second, so it's going to be a 1-base advance. And the selection also says that Escobar would steal, but with the base blocked in front of him, he can't. Or wait, no, that's not true. It would be if he were active. All right, so tough spot here for John Danks. Puts 2 on, gives up a single, bases loaded, nobody out. And here is the hot batter, Sano. And boy, they are going to use a right now. And again, I forgot to write down. I wanted to keep track. So they're going to go ahead and spend their right now roll on this with the bases loaded, nobody out. And at this pivotal moment, too, the White Sox are going to use one to... I knew I should have had the cards out. I have trouble remembering what all of those are. So right now, that would be the pep talk. So they're going to play a pep talk card, and that will make Danks not cold, or semi cold. So he'll be just neutral. So let's see what happens here. So a 4-4 on the right now chart, and the 4-4. That's a walk. Batter steps out of the batter's box and timeout, and then takes ball 4. So everybody moves up. 3 walks in 4 batters. That is one of the potential pitfalls of history maker at times, as you can see a lot of walks, especially when you have pitchers that aren't very good. Checking hi Mike McAllister. I got my book propped up here, so it's tough to see the screen, but okay. So still bases loaded. Byung-ho Park, we're going to put the 3rd die back in here. And there's a 155. Is Park a home run king? He's semi-home run king with a dot. This ball is cranked, it is long, and it is gone. That is a grand slam for Byung-ho Park. And this game has already taken a turn for the worse for them Sox. Oh my goodness, 5 runs. Nobody retired for Danks. That is a... If you're going to put inauspicious start in the dictionary, it would be this particular sequence right here. So it would be Trevor Plouffe. 1, 2, 3. Flash and fresh. He's semi-flash with a dot, and somehow... Wait, hold on. Did he lose his freshness? I don't know if a guy loses his freshness. There is something, I think there's something about that. I want to double check. Maybe it's up here. So many of these little moves, or little things that can come into it. And boy. Thing is, my handwriting is not so good. Alright, let me double check here. It seems to me that there is a freshness factor that is lost when... I don't know where to find it. It's not in the clarifications, is it? Loop single. I don't see it there. Pitcher fatigue. Okay, here we go. After 6th run, it becomes struggler. Once a pitcher allows his 5th run, he loses any remaining freshness. Okay, so he is not flash and fresh. Sorry, I guess I forgot that. But that's still a ground out to short, so 1 out. Danks is no longer fresh. Just, I thought I wrote that down somewhere, and I can't see it. Right there is the fresh stuff, but it doesn't say it in terms of that. So anyway, Danny Santana, let's not get bogged down as much as 146 flash. Yeah, he's got the dot working for him, so he's semi-flash. That'll be a strikeout, except for if the home plate umpire, who is Jim Joyce. Wait. No, wait, sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. That's good eye, and Santana does not have a good eye, so that is a strikeout. 2 down. I'm still getting used to this setup a little bit here, so bear with me as I take a little extra time to... So 2-2-3 with Kurt Suzuki. Not wild. Slugger or utility, no. That'll be a single. 3rd hit of the inning for Minnesota. And it'll be Byron Buxton. Suzuki would steal if he were active, but he's not. 146 again. Flash with a dot, so yes, that's another, and that's a strikeout. So he barely squeaks through this inning. 5 runs on 3 hits and 1 left. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 1st. Check the comments real quick. Mike likes the angle. Good. Hi, Larry. Iron Gamer mentions it's a different angle. I don't know how he feels about it. Yes, it might be a little bit of a long game, but try and kick on here and not, like I said, not get bogged down too much. Adam Eaton starting in right. He'll be one of the hot hitters. JB Shuck is the other one. He's automatically hot till further notice. Melky Cabrera is cold, playing in left. Jose Abreu first base. Avi Garcia DH. The Todd father, Todd Frazier at third base. Alex Avila catching. JB Shuck in center. Jerry Sands is going to get a start at short. And Carlos Sanchez, better known as Yolmer in some circles, at second base, going to face Ricky Nolasco. 5th starters here going for these teams, and Danks is playing like one. So here we go. Bottom of the 1st, 5-0 lead for Ricky Nolasco. And it is a 1-2-3. Is he flash and fresh? Semi-flash with the dot, so that is correct. That will be a... let me double check. That is a strikeout. Melky. Again, he's the cold hitter. And there's a 3-3-4 if you can see that guy there. 3-3-4. Ace or star. Nolasco is a workman, so that is not the case. Cabrera is not a sad sack, so he singles unless he's eager. He's semi-eager without a dot, so he will single. And that brings up Jose Abreu. So Jose Abreu, 166. A workman, yes, that is a single. 1 base advance. I don't know if you can see. I'm hoping you can see over my shoulder here. So that's going to bring up Avi Garcia, who has been swinging a pretty good bat for the White Sox. There's a 2-6-6. Runner on first is thrown out. Not going to do that because typically with a runner on first, well, do I want to change the rules? See, I get worried about that because I've had some people say that sometimes some people say you change the rules, sometimes they say, you should have changed. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the pickoff. We'll say that Abreu just stumbled and the catcher throws down and gets him with the second out. We will re-roll with Garcia still at bat. The runner at second, 1, 2, 4. Control pitcher, yes he is. So that will be a ground out to short. And that will be the end of the inning, 5-0. So another reason I haven't had a game in a couple days is I've been trying to get my head wrapped around the golf game, History Maker Golf, and it's a great game. I need to try and get something together to put here on the channel. So that's why I'm trying to get familiarized with the rules and all that stuff. But it's a really good game. So Dozier facing Danks. 3-5-6. They the same? No. Dozier bats from the right. Utility or no, not that's a single. Danks still having problems. The White Sox, they used so they Lato started, Duke, Carroll, Robertson. We're going to get Dan Jennings warming up. So Dozier at first. 5-0 lead, and it's going to be Eduardo Nunez. And there is a 1-5-5. Is he a home run king? No, he is not. So that will be a fly out to center field for the first out. They caught a break on that one. That could have been big trouble. Escobar. 1-4-5. Struggler. Danks is a struggler. That's a wild pitch, so moves up to second. Dozier does, and Escobar still at the plate. 2-5-6. Struggler, yes, so that's a walk. And Danks is not getting many good rolls here. Sano, he walked earlier on the hot roll, on the right now roll. 2-5-6. We got that one. How am I getting two in a row? I'm flipping it at everything, and it just is coming back up again. It's another walk. And the White Sox have seen enough in 2 innings. They are putting the kibosh on this. They're going to bring in Dan Jennings. Danks went, what did he go, 1 1/3 innings. And I'm not going to bother tallying it up right now. So Park coming back up, he hit a home run, and it was a grand slam. And the bases are loaded again for him against Dan Jennings, who will be double ace right now coming into the game. And that's a 1-4-5. It stayed up on the ledge. 1-4-5. Is he struggler? No, Jennings is not. Ground out to first. That will be a double play. Well, let's see. Were they playing in? I would say with a 5-run lead, they're playing in with 1 out. So, or would they be? I think they might be wanting to turn a double play here. Maybe with nobody out, they would have been in. But I think, see, that's something you're supposed to call ahead of time. So, if I didn't call infield in, so I would still say that they're back, and that would be a double play ball. So that will be, was that 1-4-5 ground out to, so Park righty, that'll be third, 5-4-3 around the horn. They get out of it, so a 0, and Jennings finds a way around that disaster waiting to happen by Danks. And so we'll go to the bottom of the second, 5-0 Minnesota. Twins fans are probably like, hey, you should have gotten us another run there. Let's check the comments real quick. McAllister thought I should take date. You play the game like you want to. Yep, okay. That's usually the way I do it there, Mike, but it's what I try to do the best I can. So Frazier, bottom of the second, with they need 5 runs here against Nolasco. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, although he is a workman. 3-5-6. They the same. They are. That'll be a strikeout. Frazier has had a rough early part of the season. Of course, he hasn't been very good for a while now, but Avila, or Avila, however you want to say it, 1-4-5. Struggler, he's not a struggler, he's a workman, so that will be a grounder to first base. Let's say 3-1. Underhands it to Nolasco covering, and it'll be the hot JB Shuck. 3-5-6. And again, that's a same, but Shuck is batting from the left. Is he utility? Yes, he is. That's a grounder to short. And nothing doing for the White Sox. Let's move to the third. That'll be Plouffe leading off against Jennings. In for his second inning. He will be semi-fresh here. 4-4-6. Jennings is not a star. Plouffe is semi-utility with a dot, so that'll be a called third strike for the first out. Guess I should put the backwards K. But Danny Santana, he's struck out last time at 1-1-4. Is he fresh? No, he is semi-fresh being a reliever, and so sad sack or patient, neither. So that's a single to right, and we will go to the chemistry chart, which does favor Minnesota here. And it'll be Kurt Suzuki with, so 3-6 off chemistry. Batting team harmony with a dot, yes they are. So, double. All right, so deep off the wall, and that's a 3. So with the 3X, runners advance 2 bases on any hit, single or double. Yep. All right. Making sure. Probably need to go to the eye doctor because I'm not seeing these quite as... Part of it is being able to focus. I like to double check the dice before I make the call, and so then I have to like focus back again on the sheet. So second and third with 1 out, Byron Buxton. I don't know if you can see the decider die. It is a dot. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. Let's see. It is Avila. He is not iron. Does Buxton have a good eye? No. So that will be a strikeout, and we go. That's a big strikeout. We go to the right now chart, and that helps Jennings. Of course, Dozier is semi-hot as well. So semi-hot against semi-hot. 1-4. Cold batter. No, he isn't. That's a fly out to center, though. That will end the inning. So Jennings has worked around some trouble, and we're going to go to the bottom of the third, 5-0. Here's Jerry Sands, and a 1-1-2. Let's see, got to get back to the main chart. Flash for Nolasco. He's semi-flash with a dot, so that is a strikeout. Sands does not have a good eye. 1 down. Sanchez. And a 1-4-4. Again, a dot with the semi-flash. Another strikeout for Nolasco. That is his 4th. Brings up the top of the order, Adam Eaton. Well, there's a 2-5-6 with a dot. Struggler, no. Champion or Patient? No. So this is infield drama. We'll turn the page back to the infield drama chart. And it's a 4-5. Shortstop, iron. Shortstop is Escobar. He is not iron. So 4-5. Bobbled ball, but on time throw. And that will retire the side. Going to the fourth. They're going to stick with Jennings another inning here. Poet and don't know it. It will be Eduardo Nunez. 1, 2, 3. Flash and fresh. Well, definitely not. He is flash, but he's not fresh. He has lost his freshness in his third inning, but that's a ground out to short to lead off. 0 for 2 for Nunez. For Escobar, he is 1 for 1. He scored on the grand slam, and he reached on a walk. So let's see what happens. And he's a switch hitter, so it can't be the same. Is he utility? No, he's not. So he hits it down the line, and that is a single against the lefty. That'll be down the third baseline as he's batting from the right side, and that's going to bring up Miguel Sano, the hot hitter. They'd love to have him get a hold of one here. 1-4-5. Struggler. No, he's not a struggler. So that will be a ground out to third base, and that is going to be another around the horn double play. This time it will end the inning. Bottom of the fourth. Minnesota has had 7 hits and 5 runs to show for it, but they could have had even more. They've gotten they've let some things go here. All right, well, the comments are a little on the slow side tonight, which is no problem. Enjoy the conversation if you guys want to have it. If not, just enjoy the game here. Cabrera, bottom of the fourth. 5-0 Twins. It's a 4-5-6. Is Cabrera patient? No, he's not. It'll be a fly out to center, and that will push us to the chemistry chart. Gonna look at I have kind of a cheat sheet here. Chemistry. They're gonna go ahead and use a dugout chatter to the White Sox are. With 1 out, they really need to try and get something going here. So that will let me double check that. I think that just takes them to neutral. Wish I could. I usually have these out here just to be sure. Dugout chatter. Yeah, it's the experienced one that takes them directly to the best. It's icon. So this is going to make them neutral at least. Actually, it takes them from semi-dissonant to semi-harmonious, if I recall correctly. And let me double check that. I want to make sure. I believe it does. So, although there's no clarification to that, I wish there were. The manager strategy cards. Well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. We're going to say that they raise up. That they'll raise up to semi-harmonious, just like the Twins, and it's not going to matter anyway. They're both going to be neutral. 2-4 off the chemistry chart. Batting team harmony, no they are not. They were neutral. So that's a 2-4, and so that'll be a fly out to left for the second out. Abreu 1 for 2. Now it's Avi Garcia 0 for 1. That's a 2-4-5. Is he a hero? No, he is not. He's semi-utility, so that will be a pop out to second. And that will send us to the top of the fifth with a 5-0 lead for Minnesota. And it'll be to the experience chart. And they're going to stick with Jennings one more inning. They're trying to save some of their pen. Park is a prospect. Minnesota's not going to worry about it too much right now with a lead. 1-2 off experience. Icon batter. No, he is a prospect. That's a strikeout. And we go to the right now chart. Plouffe is, we're in the fifth. He's semi-cold. Pitcher is, Jennings is semi-hot. No dot. So 2-6 off the right now. Hot pitcher, no. That'll be a base hit for Plouffe. And the White Sox will start thinking about they're going to get Jake Patrica up in the pen. Brings up Danny Santana back to the main chart. 1-3-4. Could be a double play. Gold catcher. No, Avila is not champion. Santana's not a champion. This is outfield drama, so it's going to be a fly ball. Tough play for somebody on the White Sox in the outfield. And let's see who. 3-5. Left fielder Gold. Cabrera is iron. So, again, that's a 3-5. Looping fly ball drops into the gap for a double. I believe Plouffe will have to hold on that one. One base, two bases on doubles. He's not an active runner, so he will stop at third, and they're going to go ahead and bring out the hook for Dan Jennings. He went, let's see, 1, 2, 3 full innings, and they're going to bring in Patrica. Probably, it might be Petrica. I don't know. You say potato, I say potato. So Kurt Suzuki with second and third. They will play with the infield in here. And it'll be a 5-5-6, a high roll. Let's see what happens here. Ace. Well, a new pitcher right off the bat has the ace quality. That's a liner right at the third baseman. And we didn't use the dot, so we didn't use the decider die. The double play roll, if the dot was showing, that would give us the opportunity to catch Plouffe leaning the wrong way at third, but the dot is not showing, so that will bring us to Buxton with 2 outs. And so now Patrica does not have the ace quality. And here is Buxton. And a 1-4-6. Is he flash? Patrica is flash. That is a strikeout. And the batter does not have a good eye. That will end the inning. And another runner at third base stranded for the Twins. We're going to the bottom of the fifth. Still with a 5-0 lead, but they have really squandered some opportunities here. So, let's see. No more comments. So it's going to be Frazier against Nolasco here to lead off. Nolasco's had a pretty simple time of it so far. He's given up 2 hits, and that's all. And here is Frazier, who has really had some struggles to start. Not an ace. He is semi-whiffer without a dot, so that will go to infield drama. Tough play for an infielder on the Twins. And And that's a 1-3 third baseman iron. Plouffe is semi-iron with a dot, so yes. Bungles it. That'll be a... Frazier will reach on an error on Plouffe. And maybe that's the break the White Sox need to get things going here. Here's Avila. Or Avila. I have trouble saying names. 256. Nolasco is not a struggler. Champion or patient. He is semi-patient, but no dot. So that will be infield drama again. Another chance for an infielder. 2-6 is the second baseman gold. Dozier is not gold. So a solid single into center field with a 2. Frazier will have to park it at second base, but 2 on, nobody out. And that brings up the hot JB Shuck. And unfortunately for them, they already used their pep talk, so they could not use that here to go to the hot Shuck. So they're going to go ahead and swing away here. 1-3-3. Is he a slugger? No, he is not. That will be a fly out to left field for the first out. That's unfortunate. Jerry Sands. Let's see if he had been... Wait. It's a slugger. He's not a slugger. He's a semi-home run king. But let's see here. 1-1-3. Nolasco is not an ace. Is Sands a slugger? No, he is not. That's going to be a single to center. Unless he's a sad sack or home run king. He's not a sad sack. He's a semi-home run king without a dot. So it's going to stay a single, but with 1 base advance. And so the bases will be loaded with 1 out. And it'll bring up Yolmer Sanchez, who struck out last time. Oh, you know what? They do have the pep talk available. Or they have the right now available. I was thinking of Minnesota. Well, anyway. Wait, what am I doing? Yes. I'm looking at the wrong place. Whoa! Okay. Here we go. Bases loaded, 1 out. Man, I'm... New environment here. I'm it's going to take me a game or 2. Runners on base. There's plate drama. Uh-oh. Go straight to the plate drama chart. What's going to happen here? 2-4. Wild pitcher. He is not wild. So high and outside, that's a ball. And we go to the umpire mini chart. And let's see what happens here with the bases loaded. We re-roll for the umpire bases loaded mini chart. 2-2. Respected umpire at third base. Hallion is respected. That's 2-2. Hooking drive down the third baseline ruled fair. Double clears bases. That is just what the doctor ordered for the White Sox. It's going to bring everybody home. And that's going to make it 5-3. And it's a ball game again. And the Twins, they will... Oh, that's not the Twins. They used Rogers and Kinsler last time. They're going to get Fernando Abad warming up. And so we will go back to the main chart for the leadoff hitter, Adam Eaton. He is hot, and they are going to go ahead and use their right now card. So that's their third card. It's the bottom of the 5th, so he's only... So Eaton is hot. Nolasco is semi-cold. And let's see, they're going to use a pep talk to make him semi-hot. So let's see what happens here. 5-5. So 5-5. If it's hot, this could be trouble. Let's see. 5-5. Timeout. Conference at the mound. Play resumes. Batter draws a walk. So the inning continues, and I think that's going to bring out Abad. Trying to get Nolasco a chance for the victory, but he just runs out of time. Nolasco goes 4 and a third. And Abad will come in with semi-double ace. That would be because he gets that extra bump up from being warmed up. So here we go. Against Melky Cabrera, who is cold. 2-5-5. I don't know if you can see that. It went all the way over here. 2-5-5. Is he a star? Abad is not a star. Home run king. Melky is not a home run king. That's a fly out to left. Active runner on third scores. Plouffe is... Wait, it's not Plouffe. It is... Nobody's on third. So, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong side of the card. Okay, and it's going to bring up Jose Abreu. They could sure use a timely hit from him here. So first and second, 2 outs. And it's a 1-3-3. See, a slugger. He's semi-slugger with a dot. That ball is long and it is gone. The game is tied. And actually, it's more than tied. It is now... The White Sox take the lead. Boy, that was a 3-run home run. All right. So they get 6 runs here in the inning, and Abad blows a save opportunity. As Abreu does come through with a big hit. Semi-slugger with dot. So, Avi Garcia. Abad now licking his wounds. 1-1s. Uh-oh. Ace. He is semi-ace with a dot. That'll be a grounder to third. And that will end the inning. Boy, that could have been more trouble. They get 6 runs, and that's turn of fortunes for the White Sox and for the Twins. And Patricia will work another inning here. Semi-fresh. Here is Brian Dozier leading off the top of the 6th. Minnesota shocked. 2-3-6. Double control. Patricia is wild. Pitcher's not batting. That'll be a walk. Twins will get Ryan Presley warming up. 1-run ball game here. 6-5 White Sox. Eduardo Nunez. 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? No, he is not. Outfield drama. Two center fielder Gold. That is Shuck. He is not. So on the 2-2, single and a wild throw. So that is going to. Let me see. 1 base on the single, but that would mean that you would get a second base because of the error. And so Dozier will end up at third base. And we'll say an E8 on Shuck. So back into trouble here. It'll be Escobar. And the White Sox aren't going to waste any time with this. They're going to go to Presley. Petrica goes 2/3 of an inning. And it'll be Escobar with second and third. They're going to play the infield in here, try to cut off the tying run. 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? Escobar is semi-whiffer, and he has a dot. That is a strikeout. And that is a big out. Sano being hot. Man, they're thinking about walking him, but Park's already gone deep too, so here we go. Again, infield will play in. It's a 1-2-4. Control. Presley semi-control, and he has the dot, so that'll be a grounder to short. Second and third. Lead die of 1. Infield playing in. The runners hold. And so that was a 1-2-4. It's a grounder to short. And that's the second out. Brings up Park. They're going to walk him intentionally to get the Plouffe. And here is... Wait, what am I doing? How did I get Presley in there? That's horrible. That's horrible. All right, let's get an equivalent guy. That is that is something else. Oh boy. Now I got to think back through this. Well, we had a whiffer strikeout that I think was on the 1-5-6, which didn't have a pitcher. Just a second here. Where did I put? Okay, I'm putting Presley back in there. So here we go. Let's think rationally here. Everybody has these little moments where you have a little mess up. You grab the wrong guy out of the pen. Get a little ahead of yourself. So the 6-3 was the control. And it was Presley was he semi-control? He was. Now, did Putnam go last game? He did not. We're going to use Putnam, who has a better... he isn't a star. He's a semi-ace. But this basically sets up the same sequence of events. So the first roll was a 1-5-6, if I recall correctly, and there was no pitcher check. Goes straight to whiffer, and he was a semi-whiffer, and so he struck out. Then we went to Sano, which was a 1-2-4, which was control, and Presley was semi-controlled. Putnam is semi-controlled, and they had the dot. So again, that will be the grounder to short. And now they're going to walk Park and go to Plouffe. So we've essentially reenacted what happened, and I'm going to try to be more careful this time. So here is Plouffe against Putnam with 2 down, and the base is loaded now that they have walked Park. They're going to play back 1-5-6. And is he a whiffer? He's semi-whiffer with a dot. That will be another strikeout. And that ends the inning. So they work through it. And I work through my inadequacies. Oh my goodness. How about if we get Presley going up and up for the Twins? And let's actually bring him in right now. They want to keep this a 1-run game, so Abad is over. I'm going to take a drink of my Minnesota, and here is Presley in the right spot as a visitor pitcher against Todd Frazier, who is over 2.56. Struggler? No, Presley is actually an ace at the moment. Champion or patient? He is neither. This will be infield drama for Todd Frazier. Let's see what happens on the Minnesota infield. And it's a 4-4. Pitcher is the pitcher gold. Presley is not gold. So that's going to be an E1. And Frazier has benefited from 2 Minnesota errors. That brings up Avila. Let me see. So Beatles is still around, and he says that his inadequacies have inadequacies. So mine have like 7 layers of them. So Avila against or Avila against Presley. I still can't get that accent right. 3-5-6. Runner at first. Same. No, it's lefty versus righty. So utility. Yes, he is utility. That'll be a grounder to short, but that's going to be a you know what, that's going to be a fielder's choice. So I guess my what I'm going to say here is, just generally speaking, we are all prone to mistakes, and I am one who has not done the best job of admitting it or being cool with when someone points it out. I'm glad I caught this one, but you know, we all go there at times, and it's just basically, I guess, how we handle ourselves once we get there, and just think it through rationally. If you as long as you can remember the roles, that helps. Sometimes you just have to start afresh. But so JB Shuck against Presley, he is hot. Let's see if he stays hot. 2-5-6 is Presley. Presley's not a struggler. Champion or patient? No. Another infield drama role. So, and a 1-2 shortstop iron. Escobar is not iron. So the 1-2, that will be batter safe at first on an error. So that's an automatic error. And so the Twins have committed 3 of them tonight. Not a good defensive display for the Twinkies. And so first and second with 1 out, and it is Jerry Sands. 4-5-5. Is he patient? No, he is not. That'll be a fly out to center field. No advancement, and with 2 outs, we're going to go to the chemistry chart. And the White Sox are dissonant. Tempted to use an argue. Well, no. Now that they're in the lead, I was going to say it before I was going to, but we're going to do the team chemistry. They're not going to worry about it here. They are semi-dissonant. Minnesota's semi-harmonious. It's not working in their favor, but without the dot, it doesn't really matter. 2-4. Batting team harmony. They do not have harmony. So that'll be a grounder to third. The inning will be over. So 6 took a little longer than I had hoped, but we will go to the 7th with at 6-5 still the White Sox lead. Putnam will remain in the game. Try to get another inning out of him. They're getting Nate Jones warming up just in case. It is going to be Danny Santana leading off the 7th for the Twins. And a 1-4-5. Putnam's not a struggler, so that'll be a grounder to the first baseman for the first out. Kurt Suzuki. and a 2-2-3. Putnam's not wild. Suzuki's not, so that's a single to left. Suzuki now 3 for 4. That's going to bring up Byron Buxton. Two, 4, 6. Semi-control with a dot, so that'll be a grounder to the pitcher. That's going to be a fielder's choice. 1, 4. So Buxton will be at first base. He's semi-active. They're going to use a stolen base roll here to try and get Buxton to second for Dozier. So can he steal? No, he cannot. So that's a wasted roll in effect, or a wasted strategy card. And it'll be Dozier with Buxton at first and 2 down. 2, 4, 5. Is he a hero? Semi-hero, but no dot. That'll be a pop out to second base. Inning is over. 7th inning stretch with still 6-5 Sox on top. Let's see, Presley. They'll have Tonkin warming up. Presley will start the bottom of the 7th against the top of the order, Adam Eaton, who is 0 for 2. Hot batter, not so hot today. Oh, just a minute. We had a check for experience coming up, so we have to do an experience roll. My bad. Neither player has experience. And let's see. The Twins will use a dugout chatter. That's chemistry. Experience is the coaching tip. They're going to give Presley a coaching tip so that he is an icon against the normal Eaton. And there's a 2, and this guy went way in the back. That's a 2-3 off the experience chart. Prospect pitcher, no. Ground out to second base for the first out. So there are lots of times that you're going to have where the strategy cards end up not really giving you any advantage at all. So you just have to accept that. Some people don't even use them. Others have ways to use them automatically, so you're not choosing. I like the strategy element of it. 5, 5, 6. Ace. Presley is not an ace. And sad sack. Cabrera is not a sad sack. So that is a double. Not active, so he won't steal. And they are going to get Presley, and they're going to go to Tonkin here with 1 out and a runner at second. They want that ace jump for Tonkin against Jose Abreu, who went yard in his previous at bat. He is 2 for 3. That's a 3-6-6. Is he a pinch hitter? No. Flies out to center. That's the second out. And Avi Garcia, they're going to walk to the mound. And that's going to give Tonkin another ace roll against Garcia. 4, 4, 6. Is he a star? Oh, we could have given him star instead, but no. Sad sack utility. Yes, semi-utility with a dot. Called third strike, and that ends that half of the inning. It's going to go to the 8th. It's still 6-5. The White Sox will turn to Nate Jones. So Putnam went, would he go an inning? He went 2 innings. So Jones will come in here and try to work the 8th and turn it over to So he'll be double ace on this first batter. Turn it over to David Robertson, who he pitched 2/3 of an inning last game, so he's still plenty rested. So here's Nunez to face Jones. 1-2-2. Is he a workman? The pitcher's not a workman. Champ or whiffer, no. And that's going to be a line out to third for the first out. So Jones now not. They're gonna walk to the pitcher's mound here and give him back double ace qualities against Eduardo Escobar. They'd love to get 2 outs to end this inning right off the bat. But that's gonna be 4-4-6. Star, he's not a star. Sad sack, utility, no. Single to right. Escobar is not active, so he doesn't steal. That's gonna bring up Miguel Sano. And they've already used their walk to the mound, so they can't use it here for Sano. So here we go. Slugger semi-home run king. This is a big out here. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? No. Patient? No. That's a grounder to third unless he's a whiffer, which he is, so that's a strikeout. That's a big switch. If he was not a whiffer, it'd be a grounder, and that would be a double play. Instead, they're going to bring up Park with the opportunity to maybe crank one out of here. So let's see what happens with 2 outs. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? Park is not a hero. That'll be a pop out to second. And that's another 0 on the board. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. White Sox nursing the lead. Tonkin will stay in. The White Sox will get David Robertson up in the bullpen. Here is Todd Frazier. He has reached twice on errors. Struck out 0 for 3, in fact, against Tonkin, who is now semi-fresh. 1-2-2. Is he a workman? No, the pitcher's not a workman. Champion or whiffer? He's semi-whiffer, but no dot. That will be a liner to third base. And that'll be out number 1, Alex Avila. Feliz Avila. 1-3-3. Is he a slugger? Nah, he is semi-patient. Whiffer, but not a slugger on that one. So that's a fly out to left, 2 outs. And it'll be J.B. Shuck. Are they gonna... They'll stick with Shuck here. 2 outs. 1-3-4. Gold catcher. Suzuki's not gold. Champion, he's not a champion. That'll be outfield drama. Some more drama for the Twins outfield. 56. Left fielder, iron. Santana is iron. Indecisive. Left fielder, iron. Looping fly ball. Can he get there? No, it's a single. And we're going to go to the chemistry chart, which benefits Twins, but the White Sox, you know what, they're going to hold on to their cards here, even though they have a runner at first. There's 2 outs, no sense in throwing one away here on nothing. Here is Jerry Sands, and they're going to keep him in there. They'd love to get that. They'd love to get something off of a home run king, but we'll see. 5-6 again. Pitching team dissonance. No, they are neutral. So that'll be a strikeout to end the inning. And it's going to go to the right now check, which is interesting. So it'll be the top of the 9th. Robertson coming in to try and close it. They have a 1-run lead right now. And it's going to be Plouffe, Santana, and Suzuki. And Robertson's ace designation for the first, that's going to be knocked down by this right now check. So he is neutral. Plouffe is actually cold because he just struck out last at bat. So that kind of helps the Sox. 2-6. Hot pitcher. He's not hot. That'll be a ground out. We will say, is it, so it's Plouffe. Is it the shortstop? Sure. So that's 1 out. Next up is Danny Santana. They're going to pinch hit for Santana with Eddie Rosario. He is, we'll call him a semi-prospect. And let's see. White Sox. They're going to get a little bit creative here. They're going to go to the manager. They're going to go to the experience chart right now with a manager influence card. And so that means that Rosario, who is semi-prospect, that means the Twins have a choice. They can either use their final strategy point to make him, it's a coaching tip, to make him an icon to match Robertson, or they let it go and they're going to use it. So the final coaching tip they will use. So Rosario now is an icon. 1-3. Prospect pitcher, no. That'll be a ground out to third base. And that's 2 outs. Kurt Suzuki. They will pinch hit for him with Joe Mauer. Could also use Arcia, who is a... You know what? They're going to change their mind. They're going to go with Arcia. He's a semi-home run king. He hasn't had a... I don't think he's been up to the plate yet in this. So Arcia, he will pinch hit here. And so the last card, they're going to use it. The Sox are, and it's going to be a walk to the pitcher's mound. And it's going to give Robertson ace quality, so they want to see him get Arcia out here. So, whoa, I just lost the decider. Now, here we go. 2 outs, 1-run lead for the Sox. Arcia at the plate. And it's a 3-5-6. Same lefty versus righty. No. Utility or sad sack. He is utility. That's a grounder to short. And that will end the game. And guess what? If we had used Mauer, that would have been a single. So, Twins fans will feel aggrieved, but Robertson gets the save. And the victory will go... Let's see, that was in the 5th inning. So I think the win's going to go to Patrica. And the loss will be... probably Nolasco. Or no, it's Abad. And a blown save. So I didn't write down Tonkin here. Better write it down so I remember. And that is the game. So the final score 6-5. White Sox move up to 4-1. Minnesota drops to 2-3 as they squander a 5-0 early lead to the Sox here at U.S. Cellular Field. And I just want to thank everybody. Let me get my Kindle going here just to see if anybody has put a comment in lately. Doesn't look like it, which is cool. Thanks everybody who has continued to watch. Had a little If you like the camera angle, we will keep it. I think it's kind of neat. I'm interested to see how it works for Stratomatic at some point, but I'm also eyeing up some stuff with History Maker Golf, and I think in general having the layout in front, I don't know if anybody, I'm going to have to look at the video after the fact to see if things are visible from afar. I think the dice roll is probably fine. I think the cards are probably a little distant to be able to pick up the detail, but that's fine. You know, you take what you can get. So the other thing I'm thinking about doing for next time is probably maybe getting rid of this and just, you know, I can roll it right there, and I think everybody should, let me look. That's pretty far away too. I don't know, maybe you wouldn't be able to see that, but that's fine. All right, well, I'm going to sign off. Thanks everybody for watching. Again, I'm just putting it out there for people. It's in the comments, this Patreon site. I know we've been plugging it some. I don't want to overdo it, but you know, we really would love to be able to initiate this giveaway come the first part of September. So if we can get to $50 of vested, committed patrons of the site, that would allow us to do that and get a $25 giveaway going. So we'll keep mentioning it here. Again, no pressure. We understand everybody is in their own situation as far as the ability to give, so we're just hoping that we can keep growing the site and make it a little easier. If you can like the videos, if you like them, that's great. Subscribe to the channel. You'll get information as soon as we go online that there is a game going. If you subscribe and hit your notifications to be turned on for the channel. And if you want to see, I guess one last mention is if you want to see any of the other projects that I have run, obviously in the videos section of this site, there's a Phillies replay that's only part of the way done. There's the second Tenacious Baseball League that is in Super Advanced. I haven't been doing that much because I've been on this. And then also over at the Tenacious Strat YouTube channel, there's a whole season of Advanced Tenacious Baseball League from the 2015 card set. So you can check that out if you want. It's up to you. I know it's a little older, but they have quite, well, I don't have a full season, but I have a lot of them there. So especially towards the latter half as well as the playoffs. So anyway, I've said enough. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make history with whatever game you're going to play. Have fun. Enjoy your tabletop experience, and see you next time.